There are times as a landscape photographer, you kind of have to ask the question, what's the point? This morning's video starts off in County Galway. I am down almost in Connemara. I'm down at a place called Lough Corrib, and it's not a photography trip, okay? So I'm here with the family. I'm here with Lynn and Sophia. Come away for a few nights just to chill out, and of course I had to bring the camera with me. It would have been rude not to, because we're staying in a green double-decker bus. How cool is that? So full credit to Lynn, she found this place on Airbnb, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it later on, but basically it's about less than a 5-minute drive from this location here, which is Lough Corrib, and the sun is coming up straight across the lake, and we've got loads of lovely little boats, lovely little wooden boats, and they're all kind of tied up and stuff. So I've just been playing about with compositions and stuff, trying to find something interesting. This is not something that I tend to normally shoot, so it's a little bit different for me. And I think what I'm just trying to do is actually just it's just isolate something. So isolate a single boat, or use the direction that the boat is actually sitting in, or use the direction of the jetty to create some sort of leading lines and some sort of diagonals. As you know, that's one of the things that I love to do when I'm composing the shot, is keep in mind the rule of thirds, but also try and use diagonals. So it's probably still another 15-20 minutes before the sun is due to rise. We've had some torrential rain during the night, which has actually probably really helped. The sky's clear, the moon's up behind us. We've got a pretty good clear sky. There's a little bit of cloud just hanging back over there, but yeah, I mean, 5 minutes from where we're staying, I literally jumped out of bed, lit the fire and headed out, and it's just like, yeah, I could work with this, okay? Whether the photography is going to be any good, who knows, but we'll see. Now, I'm almost in a bit of a waiting game here, so I found my composition. Quite happy with it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to win any awards, but basically got these boats here. So this is the main one that I'm going to be focusing on, and then the eye leads towards this one, and then it leads, what way am I going? Towards this tree here, the bark of this tree. So kind of got like about 3 different stages of the composition, and it's kind of just leading diagonally through. I'm zoomed in to maybe around about 22mm on full frame, and I put on a 3-stop ND filter just to give me a little bit of movement in the clouds, and a 0.9 ND grad just to hold down a little bit of detail in the sky. It's actually quite ironic now that I'm shooting this way, and yet back behind me here this way, as you can see there's some lovely colour in the sky, but hey, that's fine, because I just don't know that the composition that way was just as good. I think it's just the way everything's kind of positioned here. I'm kind of like, oh, it's just not It's just a lot going on. I'm trying to isolate something. But basically, the reason I'm waiting here is that I'm hoping that this boat here, the side of it, is going to catch with some light because the sun's coming from over here. So the plan is that once the sun gets through, there's a little bit of cloud, just a little bit of cloud that's holding it back here now, and it's glowing bright orange. I think once it gets above that, hopefully it'll light all of this up, and hopefully maybe even light up some of the reeds in the distance and some of the lovely trees. So it's just so peaceful and calm, and yet this is literally, you can see here, like it's on a roadside. It's just so beautiful, so lovely. Almost didn't come out this morning, almost didn't come out. It was tipping it down all night, really strong winds, and I was like, do I, don't I? But it's just even amazing just to be out here, so peaceful.
I've been wondering about you. They said that just one look and I'd get caught too. 'Cause there's something about you, and you know it too. All I do is think about you. Your eyes, your scent, your touch is all I dream of. Now I can't live without you. I hope you feel it too. 'Cause we are meant to be.
There are times as a landscape photographer, you kind of have to ask the question, what's the point? Pretty much. Now, this isn't going to be a deep philosophical rant or anything like that, but I'm here at Derryclare Lough in Connemara. Now, I was here yesterday and conditions were pretty awful. I mean, howling wind, rain, pretty much no sunrise. I got a little bit of light, but nothing really to talk about. Decided to come back today. This is our last day of our family trip, so I've been managing to get out for sunrise every morning, which has been fantastic, and very, very, very patient and understanding wife. So almost didn't come back here because I was so frustrated from yesterday, but the forecast was giving clear skies all night, and thought, you know what, I'm going to get up a little bit earlier and come down here and try and shoot a little bit of astro if the conditions are right, and it's just amazing here. And it kind of got me thinking, so for me it's like, why am I here doing this? Obviously yes, for me it's a job, it's my profession, but all of that aside, and all of the vlogging and filming, and I almost didn't film this morning, I almost didn't record it because I thought, you know what, I just want to enjoy this. This is what it's all about. This morning was just magical. It was still, it was peaceful, the stars were out, there was hardly a ripple in the lake, no one else here, and it was just, this is what it's about. It's about being out in nature and trying to capture it in a way that just resembles what I experienced this morning, and just being outside and just experiencing all this beauty. It's just amazing. Okay, so back to the camera vloggy kind of stuff. So I've been out, and as I say, I was here yesterday, so I scouted a few locations, a few compositions, and it's a frustratingly hard place to find a really unique and a composition that hasn't been photographed before. And one of the things I'm kind of struggling with is the pines here kind of hit the horizon, or they hit the line, the ridge line of the mountains, and I can shoot it from slightly up higher and get them so that the mountains are actually behind them or above them, but I don't like the foreground up there. I prefer the foreground down here because I've got all of this down here to kind of work with as leading lines and diagonals and all that sort of stuff. So I'm kind of, I guess I'm waiting for light here. The sun's coming up there, and I'm pretty certain that there's hardly any clouds that direction. So I'm pretty certain it's probably about 10 minutes before sunrise, so probably within the next half hour, hopefully the sun will be high enough to hopefully hit these pines and hit some of the bends behind here. And you know, this is what it's about. It's all just about waiting for the right conditions and the right light. I would have loved a little bit of mist. There was a tiny little bit just starting to skim across the water over there, so maybe it will develop. It was down to about 0 when I was arriving, so that would definitely help the scene and really create a bit more mood and a bit more drama to it. This is really shaping up to be absolutely beautiful. We're already getting a little bit of golden light just hitting the peaks. It's starting to spread now. The only thing is I need it to hit the pines, I need it to hit the trees really to make this image stand out. I'm shooting at ISO 100 f11 and I'm down to 0.6 of a second roughly. I have a grad in, but it's just really to help balance. There's a little bit of a brightness just behind the peaks of the mountain, so it's just to kind of keep a little bit of detail on that. But oh wow, the light now is just beautiful. I just need it now to hit the trees. You can't beat light like this. You can't beat morning light where it's just so soft and so warm, and it's almost like the glow at the moment. It's almost like an orangey reddy glow on the bends of Connemara. It's so nice, and we've got some really beautiful soft shadows coming across. What I may need to do is if I can get some light on these trees, then we're going to try my other composition back up that way, so that the trees are going to be slightly lower than the peaks, and probably shoot, like at the moment I'm shooting quite wide, but what I'll probably do is zoom right in, maybe shoot it like with a 35mm, and probably concentrate none of this foreground but more on the trees and the mountains behind. We have light, and we have quite a lot of it. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Still waiting on the light on the trees. Still waiting on the light in the trees. I've shot a few back up. I ran back up to the other composition I had with the 35mm field of view. So I'm just checking. Getting a lot of steaming up on the filters here, just with the cold temperatures. But the sun, I can see it's almost breaking the little ridge line behind me here, so I'm pretty sure these trees are going to light, and I will leave Connemara a very, very happy man.